guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Ariana Uriah, and today I'm going to show you guys how I got these beautiful pink and white French tip nails. I love the way that they turned out, and we're going to achieve this look using Polygel. So let's get started. So we're going to be starting off with bare fingers. Ignore the badge on my finger. I'm a nail tech and I use that finger a lot to drill, and it can kind of irritate my skin sometimes. So yeah, that's just to protect my finger. And what's going to be different this go around is the nails that we're using. We're going to use clear nails instead of the dual forms. We're going to need clippers and a polygel kit. I'm going to be using my leftover polygel from the Beatles kit that I did a review on, and I'm not going to be going in depth on what comes in it because I already did that, but I will be showing you guys what we're going to need out of it. First, it's going to be our brush. It's a brush on one end and a spatula on the other. And the only colors that we're going to need for this set is the dark pink or the light pink and the white. Now, I didn't know that I had more than enough left over, so I made an impulsive, unnecessary purchase, and I got another tube of polygel. And you're also going to need a file and a buffer. I also ordered a base gel and a top coat. You also don't need this. It already comes in the Beatles kit. I misplaced mine. We're also going to need alcohol and acetone to dehydrate the nail bed before we apply the nails. As you may or may not know, I love supporting small-owned and Black-owned businesses, and I came across this cosmetics/jewelry company, and I was not disappointed. Like, I really loved the presentation and just the love that was put into fulfilling and shipping my order. And even though they didn't ask, I took it upon myself to talk about them and give them some exposure, because you can tell that this is like some good high quality stuff. So if you ladies are interested in like lashes or in jewelry, like real pieces of jewelry, and you would much rather invest and support a Black-owned business or a small-owned business, I will go ahead and leave their links down below. First things first, we're going to cut down our nails. I love cutting down my natural nails before getting a fresh set. It just feels cleaner. I realized that some of my clients, they don't like that though. Some of them prefer me to keep their natural nails long before we put on a new set. You guys let me know if y'all are like that too. Would you prefer having your natural nails cut before a fresh set, or would you prefer your natural nails to stay long? Now I am smoothing the free edge of my nails using my file. I cannot cut my nails on camera, so 9 times out of 10 they are jagged. So I'm gonna go ahead and smooth that out before we go on to our next step. Now it's time to push back the cuticles. If you have a cuticle pusher, that'll work too. I like to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, so I use the edge of my file to push back the cuticle, and then I go into filing the surface of my nail bed. That also makes sure that the polygel can better adhere to the nail bed. So I'm pushing it back using the edge of the file, and then I'm using the file to not buff, I don't know, kind of etch the nail bed so that it can be a little rough so that the polygel can stick better.
can't seem to get where we're going, but the high times are golden, 'cause they all lead to better days. We're gonna be alright. You know that we gon' 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 be alright. We'll be alright, boy. Is it go? How you mind? How you mind?
Prior to gluing on the nails, we want to make sure we dehydrate them also. I am using acetone in a cotton ball. In retrospect, that wasn't so good of an idea because cotton has a lot of lint in it, and you don't want lint to be everywhere while you're trying to do your nails. It's just a bad idea. I would probably use a piece of paper towel instead. And now we are going to glue on the nails. So I'm using these clear nail tips and my KDS nail glue. I will leave everything down below of what I'm using. Majority of these things you can find on Amazon. So now we're going to glue on a fake nail onto all of our nails.
Midnight shadows, we're finding love is a battle, but daylight is so close. So don't you worry about a thing. We're gonna be alright. You know that we gon' 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 be alright. We're gonna be alright. Baby, don't you know all of this gon' come and go? Baby, you just gotta make up your mind that every little thing is gonna be alright. Baby, don't you know all of this gon' come and go? Baby, you just gotta make up your mind. We decided we're gonna be alright. Baby, don't you know all of this gon' come and go? Make up your mind that every little thing is gonna be alright. We're gonna be alright.
So now I'm just deciding how long I want my nails to be. I decided to go with this medium length coffin shape. You ladies can do whatever you want. You can do an almond shape, a stiletto shape, a round shape, ballerina shape, square, whatever you feel like today, you can do it. And I just felt like it was a coffin day for me. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and file and get that coffin shape that I like, and then we're gonna move on to the next step. After filing and getting the shape that you like, we're going to go ahead and blend the fake nail tip with the natural nail. This is to I don't know, just make it seamless. It'll just make it more seamless. You don't have to do this all the time, but I'm just doing it this time to make it more seamless. It's not necessary, but if you're feeling extra, you can do that to make it look more seamless. Now that I have perfected my shape, I am going to use alcohol to remove the dust, and then I am going to prime and dehydrate my nails. You don't have to use this primer and dehydrator. I will leave links to alternatives down below. I heard Mia's Secret was good, and I also heard that No Lift Primer was good too. This was just the one that I had on hand that I use at my shop sometimes. So this was the one that I used. So now I am prepping and dehydrating. I was stuck as to what polygel I should use because, as I told you ladies before, I had more than enough Beetles polygel, so I didn't even need to buy more. But if I didn't use it, I would have wasted my time and my money. So I decided to go with the newer one that I bought. And also, I'm new to polygel, so I want to try different brands and try different things so I can get a feel of which one I like the most. So I put alcohol in a bowl, and then I am going to use my spatula to take a bead of polygel, and we're going to mold it into this semicircle. The shaping of the pink part of your polygel depends on how you like your French tips to look. So for example, if you like a more deeper French tip, you would make it look more elongated, so the tip would be longer. Or if you wanted a more flat French tip, it would be more flat. So after you created like a rough draft of what you're looking for, we're going to go ahead and put it under our UV lamp for about 30 to 60 seconds. And it's a little flat for me, so I'm going to go ahead and add one more, what do you call these? A bead? I think they're called a bead. We're going to add one more bead of polygel to make it more thicker towards the back to create an apex. Again, this part also depends on what your preference is. Some of my clients like an apex, some of my clients don't like apexes, they like more flat nail beds. I like a little apex, so I'm going to add one more bead of polygel to give it a little bit more structure, and then I'm going to put it back in the lamp. So this is the result, and now I'm going to do the same exact thing to my other fingers. I also wanted to let you know that it doesn't have to be perfect. In our next step, we're going to perfect the smile line. So it's okay if it's not 100% straight, because we're gonna file it. So as you file it, you'll also get a good idea as to how it'll look when you put on the white. So if you didn't get it perfect with just using the brush, it's okay. I don't know if I said this before, but you want to make sure that the polygel isn't touching your skin. So I would make sure that there's a small space in between the polygel and the cuticle, because if there is any polygel touching the skin, it could cause lifting. So yeah, you want to make sure that the polygel is only touching your natural nails and not the skin. The polygel is going to be a little sticky after you take it out the lamp, so to solve that, we're going to use alcohol to remove that residue, and then we're going to use, I lost my train of thought. We're going to use a paper towel, because again, using cotton is just going to be a bad idea with polygel, because if polygel is sticky and then you're using cotton balls, then there's going to be lint everywhere. It's going to be a mess. So yeah, the best solution is to use alcohol and a paper towel. So this was the part I was referring to when I said that we can perfect our shaping later. So now I am using my file to perfect the smile line of the French tip. So even though there were some squiggly parts and even though some parts were longer than others, it doesn't matter, because now I can file it and perfect it. So again, I like a deep French tip, so I'm going to create the oval that I like to make that happen. And again, it'll be different for everybody, so now you can just file it and perfect it according to what you like. And now I'm going to be comparing each nail to make sure the oval on each nail is the same length, because it'll be weird if like some are longer and some are shorter, because then that'll mean that you will have less white on one hand and then more white on the other. So you want them to look as identical as possible. Then we're going to remove the dust again using a paper towel and alcohol, and then we're all ready for the next step. Now I am adding my white polygel on the top. You can get as messy as you want with this. Just keep in mind that the more product you use, the more you have to file. But this is the part that you have to be least worried about, I would say, because you already did the dirty work, you already did the hard part. So now you can kind of just, be as messy as you like with it. You would just have to make sure that you're getting white polygel in every nook and cranny, and that's about it. So you don't have to worry too much about the shaping or worry too much about the white overlapping the pink. It's completely fine because once we file, all of that stuff will disappear anyway. So yeah, this is the easy part.
Can't seem to get where we're going, but the high times are golden, 'cause they are lead to better days. We're gonna be alright. We're gonna be alright. We're gonna be alright. We're gonna be alright.
Again, I'm going to go ahead and use the alcohol to remove the sticky residue, and then I'm going to use my file and my buffer because now they look like blocks. They don't look cute anymore like they did in the beginning. So yeah, now I'm just perfecting the shape again and removing the excess polygel. So in this clip, I'm just showing you guys how I achieve like that smooth look using the buffer and the file. Finally finished with the shaping and the buffing, and this is how they came out. I absolutely love them. I love the way they look. The only mistake that I made though is I bent the clear nails as I was gluing them on in the first step, and now you can see it. So what I'm gonna do to fix that is use this pink gel from D&D. I also got this on Amazon. And now I am just going to use it to cover up the pink parts of the French tip so you won't be able to see that mistake.
Can't seem to get where we're going, but the high times are golden, 'cause they are lead to better days. We're gonna be alright. We're gonna be alright. We're gonna be alright. We're gonna be alright.
After that, I am going to top everything off using my Beetles Top Coat Gel, and then I'm going to let it cure in the lamp for about 30 to 60 seconds. Sometimes I leave it in for 2 minutes, so I would say about 1 to 2 minutes I will leave it in the lamp, and then we are done. You can stop here, but I decided to add some diamonds. I got these gems from Amazon, and I'm going to be using my Valentino gem glue, and then I'm finally done. So yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and also let me know down below in the comments what else you guys would like to see. Outside of like polygel, I like to do acrylic nails, or if there's like new kits that you guys want me to try first before you waste like your time on it, let me know. I'll try it for you guys and give my honest opinion. Yeah, just anything else you would like to see from me, let me know. I can also record myself doing my clients' nails. Just whatever you guys would like to see, let me know down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.